Hi, Becca C. Smith here, and this is my most hypocritical writing confession. These are 4 tropes that I love writing, but I hate to read or watch or anything else. I mean, to be fair, sometimes they are done beautifully, and I do love them. But in general, I hate these tropes to watch or read. But I love writing them. So does that mean I hate my own work sometimes? I don't know. Anyway, okay, let's get into it. Number 1, mistaken identity. The definition of mistaken identity is a literary or cinematic device where a character or audience is led to believe that someone is someone else. I think I've talked about this a lot on my channel, but like mistaken identity, like Supernatural, where one of the characters is possessed by a demon, and or where they're twins and the twin is like pretending to be the other person, and they sabotage everything and they say hurtful things and they do all these things. I think it's more that is when they totally sabotage the character they're replacing, sabotage their lives to the point where it's so crazy to me that no one, of course, ever realizes that it's not them. It's so stressful. It's so stressful for me. Or clones, anything. I can't do it. And what's funny is that as a writer, I love it. I love writing mistaken identity because you get to be inside the head of if the person is possessed, like on Supernatural, let's say. So then the little person inside of them is like watching while things are coming out of their mouth that they would never say to people that they love, and they have to watch their faces and scream inside their heads, it's not me, it's not me. Wow, how could you believe this is me? And that, I don't know, it's so juicy to write that kind of drama, and then to write what's inside the other person's head where they're crushed if it's a love interest and they totally break up with them because it's not really them, and so that person just can't believe that they ended things. And it's so fun to write that kind of drama, but oh my gosh, do I hate watching it or reading it. Like when I'm reading it, I will skim. Like a lot of people skim prologues. I will skim mistaken identity, or I will Google it and find out what page, or if it's a TV show, what episode they get back to themselves and everyone realizes what happened. So, yes. So, mistaken identity, love to write it, hate to read it or watch it. Number 2, the corrupted hero. A typically good character is transformed into an evil one through a magic spell or possession or other external force, and then must fight to regain their original morality and return to the good side. This is kind of like mistaken identity, because as a reader and watcher, I hate it when the good guy goes evil. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's just like, come on. How many times have we seen this? Where like Superman with whatever kryptonite makes him evil, or like on Vampire Diaries when they turn off their humanity, and it's just like, or the biggest one was on Buffy when Angel loses his soul because Spike doesn't have a soul, but he still does good things, and he still loves, and he went through seasons where, with the chip in his head, where he almost did have a soul. Whereas Angel, when he lost his soul, oh my God, like there was nothing redeemable about him. There was no kind of moment where you felt the old Angel was there. That's just one example. So I do not like watching that or reading that. But writing it, it's so fun. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. because you get to make these normally good guy, good girl characters and just let them run free with whatever they want to do and whatever they want to say. They could say the meanest things. Like, that's so much fun to write because you know you're going to bring them back and you know that everything is going to be okay because you're the writer, you're the creator. I think as a watcher or a reader, we don't know. I mean, we hope that the writer is going to make everything go back and, like, you know, the spell or whatever it is will be fixed. But that's where the anxiety comes from. So yeah, I think a bottom line is these tropes are too stressful for me to watch or to read. And so, but as a writer, again, so because I know where it's ending up, I think that's why I enjoy writing it so much, because I know it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Yeah, because I just love writing that conflict within as they fight the inner voice of their past self. Love writing, hate reading. Number 3, the relationship sabotage trope. This is when a character intentionally sabotages a relationship. So think My Best Friend's Wedding, or Catherine and or Damon from Vampire Diaries trying to sabotage Elena and Stefan's relationship. Yeah, as a reader or watcher, I hate this because it's just like feels like a forced way to not have the couple be together in a way that I don't enjoy. Because there are definitely tropes and things that I love when something comes between them and, you know, they have to fight for each other and things like that. That kind of relationship ruiner I'm all for. But it's the ones where it's specifically sabotaged by somebody. They'll make up a lie, or that's the worst one, by the way, when they make up a lie and they just say, oh yeah, they said that, or they did this, or I saw them kissing so-and-so, or they da-da-da-da-da, you know, whatever. And then of course they believe it and there's no communication. So nothing ever gets resolved. Yeah, it's just stressful. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. Like, there are certain kinds of tropes that are stressful that I really enjoy watching. Obviously, I love watching TV. I love reading books. You know, I love the drama. But this is just one of the ones that it just makes me roll my eyes. I'm just like, oh, okay. If we had an ounce of communication, they wouldn't even be able to sabotage this relationship. But as a writer, again, it's so fun to mess with everybody and to get to point out the flaws in their relationship that you were hoping no one noticed. Like, to bring up Vampire Diaries again. I know I keep bringing up TV shows and not books, but you know, Vampire Diaries was a book, so I'm just saying. In Vampire Diaries, Kai, he wasn't a relationship saboteur. But one of my favorite parts of his character was how much he always brought up how he could not stand seeing Damon and Elena together. Like, he would make gagging noises, and then he would always say, wait a minute, you're with the guy that killed your brother, but then the guy that treated you like gold, that's the guy you dump? It's like, yeah, she picked the guy that killed her brother. Yeah. I do enjoy writing that aspect of it. Again, too stressful to read or watch, but definitely fun to write. Number 4 is alternate universes or multiverses. Now, I actually love watching or reading multiverses and alternate timelines in certain regards, like the world being different in a cool and interesting way, or a character that was a nobody in one universe and is president in another, or a superhero or something. Those I love reading or watching. But it's when a character dies and then they pull them from another timeline or universe, and we're just supposed to be okay with it. Like Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy. I hated that they killed her off, but it was such a beautiful sacrifice that had me sobbing. But then to bring another version of her back, it's not her. It'll never be her. And honestly, it just kind of hurts seeing her. I mean, and I've seen it done several times, even like in Loki, which I loved, 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 loved the TV show. But in the first couple episodes of that TV show, it was hard to watch because I originally thought when I saw that Loki was going to be a TV show that he didn't actually die in the movies. Like, you know, that, oh, he was just faking it. He found some way to trick them into thinking that he had been killed. But he had, and so this Loki in the TV show is from a different timeline. Well, then he hasn't learned anything. He never got to develop that relationship with Thor. I just initially was kind of bummed. But then they showed him everything, and it was really interesting, and I really loved it, the way that they pulled it off, because that Loki, the one that ended up being in the TV show, he could see what happened. Even though he didn't experience it, a part of him has always longed for that relationship with Thor. So for him to see it, to see that it actually was actually beautiful to watch, to see him kind of relive it. It does work in some situations, but mostly, like with the Gamora thing, it's just depressing because it's not them. And yeah, maybe they can form new relationships and whatever, but it'll never be that person. So that's where the multiverse, different timelines, I do not like reading or watching. But as a writer, I mean, this is writing gold. I mean, being able to dive into the heads of both the people reacting to this person they lost by literally seeing a live version of them, to the complicated feelings that the person that's been brought into a new timeline and can see how these people look at them, but feeling nothing because you've never met them. Ah, it's just so juicy to write. It's just so much conflict and drama and pain. This is why I can't ever be too mad at authors or TV writers because I get it. I get how amazing and fun it is to write these kinds of tropes. And to be fair, let's face it, most people eat it up and love it. Again, there have been times where I have loved it as well. Because sometimes, like I said, any of these tropes can be pulled off magnificently. I'm looking at you, the originals. When Elijah wipes his memory and doesn't know Haley, and Haley thinks he's there to save her, but he isn't, and she dies. Then when he gets his memories back, oh my God, that scream. It is deliciously torturous. I was sobbing like a baby. Those are my 4 tropes that, as you can see, as I say that I hate them, obviously there are cases where I do not. I do love them. But in general, they do stress me out to the point where I will either fast forward or skip ahead and skim reading. But as a writer, so much fun. So much fun. Let me know if you guys have any tropes that you hate to read or watch, but love to write. I'm so curious because it is wild how hypocritical that is. But yeah, just gotta be honest, it's the truth. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.